Hi, I'm Veronica Blade, creator of First Step Phonics. I've been in the phonics teaching literacy area for several decades. When I was teaching, we had these, and they're fantastic because they stick to the three-letter word short vowel. But I mean, if you look at this page, it's just too much. Too many words. I was never able to get a really beginning reader to do all of that. I would have to help them a lot. So these are just too hard. And so after decades of frustration, still nobody had created something that I could use and that was easy enough for the kids. So I created these. And as you can see, they're very cute illustrations, full color. And look what's on each page. That's just super simple. A new reader can read these. And when they can read it themselves, they get so excited. And that inspires them to keep reading. So instead of just getting stopped right out the gate and being unable to go, they can actually do it. So then I realized that they needed a workbook to develop the skill to be able to read the three-letter words. So this has lots of activities to help them with the sounds. Then I realized that even that might be too hard. They needed to know the alphabet at uppercase and lowercase, so I made 6 workbooks to cover that and the sounds to the individual letters. And then I went even simpler. This covers drawing lines and recognizing shapes and the skills you need to develop so that you can then learn the letters. With First Step Phonics, you're really focusing on one short vowel at a time, getting that really strong, and then moving on to another vowel. There's another method, which is totally valid, also focusing on sounds, not so much on the names of the letters. You learn a handful of sounds at a time, then you read a book with those sounds. The Bob books fit those beautifully. You know, they just start with like several sounds, you read a book, then the next book adds a couple more sounds, etc., etc. And these are great, but the kids don't really, generally, they don't get super excited about black and white, and there's stick figures, and also there's not real stories in there. There's not like a plot and a real story ending for each one. So you're just kind of reading words. So I created the first books for those people who prefer that method. Each one has a real story in it, and they're beautiful illustrations. The first book starts with 5 sounds, and then you add 2 more sounds, and and pretty soon you've practiced every single sound but Q. So years later, I have very beginning workbooks, which slowly move up, got reading materials, 2 different methods. So I basically have all the foundation, everything you need to get your child reading. I've created all these very simple, based on methods that have worked for centuries and will continue to work for centuries, because there's a lot out there, a lot of gimmicks, a lot of methods to read that are not successful, they don't work. And these have always worked. My mission is to improve the literacy rate, which is worse now than it was 100 years ago. So I do all the teaching tips for you. Also, some of it's free. Like if you check my website, you can get free downloads, practice sheets, flashcards, all kinds of stuff. Thanks for being here. And if you have any questions, let me know.